Like in other parts of the world, in India too, liberalisation and privatisation have been accompanied by the establishment of regulatory agencies. We have the electricity regulatory commissions, we have the Telecom Regulatory Authority, the Insurance Regulatory Authority. We also have the Competition Commission of India, which ensures the free play of market forces generally. However, there are significant interconnections between sectors and unique ways in which a sector itself might function. Therefore, there is great potential for jurisdictional overlap and therefore disputes to arise, which disputes can be costly and disruptive. For example, the authority of the Multi-Commodity Exchange, a SEBI-registered entity, to run a electricity futures trading platform was called into question by the incumbent power exchanges on the ground that the electricity regulator had not granted approval to the MCX. Ultimately, the dispute reached the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court had to intervene to bifurcate the jurisdiction to say that SEBI would regulate the derivatives market, whereas the electricity regulator's jurisdiction would be confined to delivery-based contracts. Jurisdictional conflict became a central issue in the telecom sector when Jio complained both to the Competition Commission as well as the Telecom Regulatory Authority that its entry was being thwarted by the incumbent telecom operators. The Supreme Court decided that all those issues that were factually and legally closely entwined with the telecom regulatory regime would be decided by the Telecom Regulatory Authority, and that those decisions would be made first, and thereafter the Competition Commission would decide if there were any competition issues that needed to be determined. The Bombay High Court is presently seized of a jurisdictional issue where it is deliberating on whether a port authority can impose a charge on electricity beyond the tariff fixed by the Electricity Regulatory Commission. Now, if the Bombay High Court were to hold that the electricity regulator has exclusive jurisdiction and therefore the port authority cannot impose that additional charge, that will mean a reduction of electricity costs for the port terminal by as much as 20%. The determination of jurisdictional conflict by litigation is not always optimal, given that decisions in litigation may often be heavily influenced by the facts of a case. It is far better for a stable and favorable business environment for the legislature to lay down upfront and delineate the jurisdictional boundaries of regulatory agencies.